Yes. So you can hear me, right? Clearly? Yeah, Rini ma'am is also.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. No problem. Perfect. Perfect. Give me a minute. Come on. So today we're going to start with Excel, one of the most prominent tool we're going to use as far as data analysis goes. So here we are trying to basically now put into go into shoes of overall how data analysis is going to help us, or what we're going to do on a day-to-day basis, right? So here we'll start with Excel. We'll give me a minute. Oh, come on. You can see the presentation, right? Tools including Excel. So
Yes, sir.
so here what we are trying, we basically start with Excel. We'll first basically go with the basic Excel. We've gone, I think, for a couple of minutes, we'll revise that thing. Then we'll basically look at MySQL as well, mostly in the next session. Then we have, a quick 10-15 minutes review on Power BI, Tableau and SAS as well. Because you should be able to answer question when you say, when somebody asks you, do you know these tools? So you know these tools, so you'll be able to tell them you know this tool. But whenever you work as an Excel, 99% you're going to work with Excel anywhere, whenever you start your job. Okay. So here we are trying to get know-how of two tools, or rather know of 3-4 tools and the basics of the Excels. Okay. MySQL, again, I'm going to share the trainings with you if you want to go in detail, or we can practice more as well. But again, MySQL is like kind of programming. Power BI, well, we have to write script and everything. Tableau is, click, click, click. That's also we can do it easily. SAS is again some sort of a programming. So in SAS, you need to have, some sort of a permutation combinations, and then write this program, and there are a bit of excessive, what you can say, work there. But if you start with Excel, the basic Excel, that's more than enough. Means if you don't want to tap the other tools also, that's fine. Means for the interview, Excel is okay, but you need to understand the basics of data analytics. Like what we do, we collect the data, we align the data, we clean the data, we basically make some sort of a presentation out of the data for the required business problem. So there are these 5-6 steps which are going to basically make you to get the job done on the ground, and that's how we're going to progress. Okay, you might have used Excel, so there will be kind of bit of a revision for you. But again, why we should normally organizations choose Excel? It's ease of use, because good number of people, even a homemaker, normally work on Excel, Microsoft Word. You know how to start and start off computer and all those things. So that's a basic need. Now in within the analysis, we're going to learn the additional steps, right? Ease of use. After decades of experience using Excel, mostly finance professionals know these tools like the back of their hands, right? Because if we have practice, table, row, column, and so on and so forth. Okay, so asking them to drop that tool and you learn new tool is kind of too much, right? Because whatever we are doing, we are prominently providing the analyticals. We are now prominently providing the business solutions via this data tabular representation. As simple as that, right? So that's why we use Excel. It's a cost effective. Normally Excel come free of cost with whatever laptop, desktop you purchase normally. But yeah, there are some discount, like if you even skip the operating system, you'll get so much discount and so on and so forth. But in North America and Canada, mostly whenever you purchase a desktop, laptop, you normally get Microsoft Office free of cost. And now we have something called subscription model also. So if you don't have, you can go for a cloud office. It's called Microsoft 360 or Office 360. Sorry, Office 360. So this Office 360 is basically based on cloud. So whatever you learn, whatever you try to basically work on it, will be stored in a cloud, and the software which normally comes to you as a software as a service. So this Excel, you're working as an cloud-based software service. Okay, which is quite economical. Means if you look at the year-wise, let me take you to the Microsoft site, where you'll know how to find this Microsoft Office 360. Okay, come on, stop share, I'll start share new. I'll start from the basics. So here's my typical what you can say browser. Here I'll try MS Office 360. Okay, now I'm right now in India, so they'll tell me the Indian subscription. Well, Indian subscription a bit costly, but yes, let's have a look at it. Could you see my screen? Yeah, Microsoft Business Basics, Microsoft for business standard, business premium. Normally 125 rupees per month. That's like almost $2, or rather much less than $2 per month. So for yearly basis, let me check out if I can get your North American this thing. Come on, resources product. If I okay, that'll come to sorry for that. Let me check out. Year subscription. See, that's normally showing for I think uh, Indian subscription only. I want to go for North American. I don't know why. If you do these
It's
things,
like
you'll get.
$6 per month, sir.
Yeah, so that's really economical. Could you tell me what are the price you can see there as
Yeah,
far as
it's
North
like
America?
yes, sir. It's like Microsoft 360 Business Basics,
Uh-huh.
$3 user per month, and Microsoft 365 Business Standard 12.50 per month,
Uh-huh.
and Business Premium 22, and
No, there's something called home user. This is the first plan. You know what? Where is that thing?
yeah,
Uh,
here it's
business
showing me the
basics.
Business Basics.
It's like six. How many? How much you say, ma'am?
It's like $6, sir.
Oh man, then it's costlier. But okay, then $6 per month. So it's like coming out to be 12 six up, um, $72 per year. So that's fine for home basic. No, this for okay for home. Okay, we just have a yearly plan like 7,000 per year. Okay, for personal, okay, personal, it's that's for home. If you go there, right? So you can see how much they'll cost you per year, and they let you have all these
Yeah,
for desktop, laptop, same subscription you can use. If you
yeah,
go to for home,
yes,
do you
sir.
have a tab? Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. It's for home. It's $99 per year. It's like Microsoft 360 Family, and for personal, it's 69.99 per year.
Oh no. Okay. So 69 is I think the cheapest one, right? Okay, no problem. So it's really cheap in that scenario. Means you can get these things if you really not planning for what you can say purchasing a new, and that's a Office 360, which is the latest version. I am using Office 2013. Okay, so anything which you above and beyond 2010 will work. Whatever we learn here. Okay, so whenever you can get the older version at much cheaper rate, and these are the non cloud based Office. So I normally use for my personal use my own edition of 2013 Office, which is for personal use, which I got after negotiation. I just purchased it last to last year, and it's a kind of full lifetime license, so you can do something like that sort as well. Okay, so it's your choice whatever you want to learn, but Excel is the basic prime tool which we're going to use throughout our sessions, and here we are going to learn the basic techniques of data analysis, some advanced technique of data analysis. Even if you want to go to a programming way, you can still go ahead with the Excel, and I'll guide you basically how you normally program for these Excel, program with Excel basically. Okay, so basically you can do normally ad hoc analysis. So whatever analysis you have done earlier, you can basically add some visualizations to it, add some graph, bar chart, pivot tables, and that will basically give you a really great business oriented English like representation, which you can just share in your PPT as well. And of course, yes, Excel has a worldwide use. So anywhere you go, you can use Excel. There are, around 300 plus languages supported. So if you go to something like Japan, China, and all those things where they normally use their local language rather than the English, you can still use Excel. Means you prepare the Excel in English and you can get it converted to the local language as well for the presentation. The interportability, yes, we have interportability in terms of Excel. Like you can get Excel converted to a flat file, or what you can say common spreadsheet for format. It's called CVS. Okay, so that also can be easily done, and I'll tell you how to do that as well. And yes, basically, if you're working with Excel, you normally have the license, so you have to keep spending money on these tools. But if you look at the other tools like Tableau, SAS, you have to pay yearly volume license into these guys, and they are pretty costly than the normal Excel. Okay, you can go to their site and have a look at their subscription fees, or their licensing outright purchase and all those things as well. Okay, so that's why we are basically going to concentrate on Excel first. So what I'm going to learn in Excel, well, we'll start with basic graphs. What type of basic graphs we can use, how to do graphs. Then we basically go on to the charting of it, how to do this chart, like 3D chart, this chart, that chart. We're going to learn at least 5-6 chart, 5-6 graph. Then we go to move to pivot tables. Now pivot tables basically start with the basic programming. Means you need to have some conditional formatting and all those things which you're going to learn. So you can call it a programming or a scripting, or a bit of understanding mathematics of the spreadsheet. As simple as that. We are not going to go to a very difficult pivot chart, because that's not the need. We normally just analyze the data. So pivot table let you sort, let you pre-calculate certain things, and we're going to learn how can we do it. Yes, there's a bit of single line, two line programming per sheet, per overall visualization thought process. Okay, so don't worry, we're not going to go into the depth of programming. And then examining the trends of data. How do you basically create a trend analysis data, graph, pie chart, whatever it needs to be presented in such scenario. I believe I already told you to collect the data of your expenses. If you have that data ready, you can practice this then and there in terms of trends of data. Okay, then we'll work on how to sort the data, filter the data, and how to basically create a smaller what you can say summary sheet, as they call it normally. Okay, and this is also part of pivot table learning. And yeah, I talked, okay, I don't know why it's repeating a couple of times, but yeah, pardon me for that. Okay, all the tasks mentioned above can be performed well using Microsoft Excel, which is a spreadsheet like tool. Like we have columns as A, B, C, D up to A, Z, and then we have rows like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are infinite rows. You can go on typing, but normally we limit our rows to around 250 plus kind of scenario, because that's more you can handle it in terms of a spreadsheet. Otherwise you can create another spreadsheet also. So Excel does support multiple spreadsheet. We're going to look, most probably but we're going to look at that functionality as well. Several Excel provides several built-in mathematical and financial function, like to add the numbers in a column, to sort from A to Z, Z to A, ascending, descending, in terms of alphanumerics and those things. So we're going to use these things for our data analysis. Okay, so this will basically go on for a couple of sessions. Okay, and we're going to practice it, and I'll believe you can also practice it with me. Okay, and we'll basically I'll guide you how to do these things, right? So let's go on to the what you can say details of Excel. Just prior to that, I have good number of books I'm going to share around. Where do I keep it? Okay, I'm going to share 4 books with you. Okay, so if you're a really good reader, you can download these books. They are like dummies for Excel 2016, Excel 2019 dummies. That's kind of advanced formulas where you can see, and then specific Excel sheet for formulas and function for within Excel. And then we have 2016, a complete reference, step by step 2016 guide. These are all 300 plus pages books. They give you really good insight in terms of how you can learn in-depth Excel. Okay, I'm going to share these links with you, don't worry. First of all, let's try to understand how the Excel in terms of worksheet, spreadsheet, how we going to use it in a step-by-step manner. Okay, so business analytics with Excel training has been designed to help initiate the world of analytics. For this, we use most commonly used analytical tool, Microsoft Excel or LibreOffice, or any worksheet for that matters. Okay, if you search in the Google worksheets, you'll get at least 50-60 different software. Well, we haven't worked with them, but yes, we do have worked with Excel. So let's go ahead with Excel first, and then I'll tell you how LibreOffice works also. Please, don't worry on such scenarios. The training will with you the concept of hard skill required to kickstart your analytics career. So this is what you need to basically start into the actual analytics job. If you already have some experience with IT core industry, then this course will be quickly align your thought process with the actual calculation of Excel, or how to understand data, how to basically clean the data, align the data, sort the data depending on the requirement, and then we normally can take a data-driven based decisions related to your domain in terms of financial, in terms of logistic, whatever problem you are going to solve, you can do it with Microsoft Excel. So that's one of the most prominent thing we're going to do with Excel. Okay, let me play you a small video where we're going to learn how to do Excel in terms of how we can do a basic 20 odd Excel what you can say tricks, so that it'll give you a clear idea in terms of how you can basically plot a simple how you can utilize Excel with the best possible efficiency. Okay, so let me go there. Let me, oh come on, what the heck. Okay, okay. I have not, basically, sorry, I have shown you how to do these things in Excel as an basic tricks and tips, plus a kind of, how the layout is read out. Means if I go back again to the Excel sheet, I think I have told this you earlier, but no harm in repeating again. This is what we call header row. This is what we call a record. A row is a record, a column is an attribute or a category. Okay, so when you talk about this data set or this collected database, here we have region, country, item types, blah 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 as attributes, and the what you can say records in terms of Asia record. We have 3 records for European regions, we have 2 records for Middle East region, and so on and so forth. So you can categorize it, but again as we have categorized on units sold, this is bit disturbed. So what I'll do, I'll select this thing again, I'll go to sort out, and again expand the selection, sort, and I'm going to sort on rather than units sold, now I'm going to say region. Where is that region thing? Okay, this is region. Okay, values. So as the Excel can understand, these are the characters. So now I'm going to do A to Z, right? So I'm going to do sort region, sort on, and value A to Z, and I'm say okay. So now we have say 12 no, sorry 11 rows for Asia, 11 records for Asia, these many records for Australia and Oceania, then Central America and Caribbean, we have some records. We have good number of records for Europe region. Yes, I believe Europe is the biggest one. How many records? Whenever you select a number of tables, rows, it will give you a count downstairs. Count at the bottom. Could you see the count 22 here? Number of selected cells and content data. So that's how you can do. If you select a number, let's say these many numbers, it'll tell you the count is 17, average is this much, and sum is this much. That's a by default function they have included in 2010. Okay, and again these are the things which you call zooming. So it's getting zoomed in, zoomed out. Minus is a zoom in, zoom. I don't know how do you basically refer to it. In and out and those kind of scenario. Then you have a page layout view, page break view, or the normal. This is a normal Excel sheet, normal table based sheet. Okay, so these kind of Excel things which you need to get yourself comfortable with, and then you can use this Excel for a data analysis. That's a basic what we have discussed in terms of Excel. Please do work on that. If you need a sample data, do let me know and you can play around with it. Spend some 30 minutes today, tomorrow, and whenever we join on the next day, we will be equipped with these tools and tricks along Excel. Now this is a kind of fast video. Okay, Let's go in a step by step way where we're going to learn chart first. So chart is a simple thing. Okay, just click and charts getting done. It's really simple, believe me. But yeah, you need to try it on. Let me first introduce to this chart. First, think about what kind of information you have, what are your inputs and outputs. So what are the data needs to be processed, and processed for what? Like if you have your data in terms of your expenses you have done within last 6 months, so there should be something like expenses on gas, expenses on bills, in terms of household electricity, household gas, expenses on purchases, like you gone to some Walmart, Best Buy, Circuit City, whatnot, you purchase certain items and the bill paid, or your hoteling bill, or your vegetable market bill, and so on and so forth. So you can have all these attributes and the records in terms of a date basis record. So on, let's say, 12th of October, I've gone to Walmart and purchased 7-8 items. So I can introduce 7-8 items to my Excel sheet, and I'll try to understand what category of item I have purchased. Is it milk? Is it oil? Is it like flour of any kind or something like that? So we can put all those things in an Excel, and that's the kind of data which is meaningful for you. So when I collect such data, then I can process it very easily, and that's what I'm going to tell you, how to process such data. There's a three kind of inputs. It could be time. So whenever you did this purchasing, time and day, or like you measured in the temperature of water in every 5 minutes, or the day where you gone out and purchased certain things. There's a numerical, like if you measured in the height of a catapult or projectile at a different distance from a catapult. So here we are talking about something like, if you're talking about number of miles your car travel in a given gallon, or so on and so forth, you can calculate these things in the numbers, and you can have these things included in the Excel sheet as well. And there are categories like pH. You can kind of measures in the liquids. We talked about temperatures already. We talked about seasonal windy condition, open light condition, and so on and so forth. So here we are talking about some category of data. Now with these, you can basically build a good chart in Excel. Okay. This is also again a kind of great mentor who is going to guide us in terms of how to create 10 best charts within click, and within minutes of whatever data